We are reaching the end of the 2024 Copa America. The semifinals are here. 3 legit contenders, 1 dark horse, and only one can win it all. Who will win it? I don't like to brag, but I did get all 4 predictions right in the quarterfinals. So today, we're gonna go through both of the semifinal matchups, and I'm gonna give you my predictions. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Filippo, and welcome to Tactical Manager TV, and welcome to the 2024 Copa America semifinals prediction video, which I will 100% get it all right. I promise. Keep in mind that I am the guy that picked Canada to make it to the semifinals before the Copa America even started. The other picks were quite easy: Colombia, Uruguay, Argentina, so I won't brag about that. But again, when I had Canada making it to the semifinals before the Copa America even started, I was called a madman. Now, to be fair, I am a little bit crazy, but I was right. Let me know in the comment section down below your predictions for the Copa America semifinals between Argentina versus Canada and Colombia versus Uruguay. I can assure you I will get them right throughout the video. Oh, and at the end of this video, I will also give you my Euro semifinals picks, but I'm not gonna really explain my picks. You're just gonna have to trust me. Yeah, because this is a Copa America prediction video. So the Euro predictions are gonna have to be more of like a trust me bruh kind of predictions, right? Where I don't really explain to you why I picked these teams, I just kind of tell you. The Copa America picks, I'll explain all of them. Okay, and if you haven't already, make sure to drop a like in this video, because if you don't, nothing will happen. Yeah, I mean, I'll get upset. That's about it. All right, let's roll the intro and start the episode. Okay, so the first matchup that I want to talk about is Argentina versus Canada. 2 teams that actually faced each other for the opener of the Copa America in Atlanta. I actually went to that game, so I know them fairly well. I've watched both of them live. I've followed Canada and Argentina for years, and I have a good grasp of how this game might go. That game ended with a 2-0 Argentina win. Canada was kind of wasteful and probably could have got a goal or 2, but Argentina was also fairly wasteful themselves. Now, Argentina won every single game of the group stage. The toughest matchup was against Chile when they only won 1-0, but they didn't concede a single goal throughout those 3 games. Now, in the quarterfinals, Argentina really struggled to get through Ecuador. Now, to be fair, Ecuador is a very tough opponent. I know they finished second in the group, but it was mainly because they had issues against Venezuela, a red card. Ecuador is a strong team. But I'll tell you what, Ener Valencia wasted a penalty kick. Ecuador still tied the game 1-1 with Argentina, took it to penalty shootouts. But as always, Martinez might be the best goalkeeper in the world when it comes to penalty shootouts, and Argentina advanced. Now, this Argentina side is a tad bit overhyped. They're not as good as they were in the 2022 World Cup. They relied a lot on Messi in that competition, and Messi is not fully fit. Yes, you heard that right. Messi hasn't been great by any means in the Copa America. He had a very bad performance against Ecuador. 1, he's older. 2, he has played in MLS for a year. That will, have you drop a level or 2. But Messi's clearly not well. He's not fully fit. And then Argentina has relied on set pieces, good defending, and Emi Martinez to go through. Regardless, they have made it to the to the semifinals in the cupcake side of the bracket, the easier bracket. The other bracket is tougher. We'll talk about that in a second. Now, I do want to add one more thing about Argentina. We should never underestimate Messi. He might randomly turn it up in the semifinals and completely destroy Canada. And I do think Argentina, if they were in the other side of the bracket where there was Brazil, Uruguay, and Colombia, I don't know if they would make it to the final. I don't think this Argentina side, the way they're playing, I don't think they would be able to beat 2 title contenders in a row like Uruguay will have to do. They just defeated Brazil, and they're going to have to defeat Colombia to make it to the final. Now, Canada made it here through grit, fight, and some luck. But they are a team that has a true identity under Jesse Marsch. They have been very, scrappy and fight and win kind of tactics, and they have been a bit of like soccer terrorists under Jesse Marsch, but they got the job done. I think Jesse Marsch has done a formidable job with Canada for the time he's been there. It's been only a month. It's not perfect. There's a lot of things he has to address, but the biggest issue I noticed with Canada against Argentina, and we saw that again against Venezuela, is very often when Canada attacks in set pieces or even in throw-ins, they push way too many players high up the field. that exposes their back line. That's how Venezuela scored against Canada, and Argentina actually had 2 opportunities to score the same way. When they go for a corner, a free kick, or even a long throw, Canada pushes almost all their players high up the field. It's moronic, and I hope Jesse Marsch addresses that, or Argentina will take advantage of it this time. They did it in Atlanta. They wasted a lot of chances, but I'm just saying that has been an ongoing issue with Canada. Now, Alphonso Davies as a left back, fantastic. Larin and Jonathan David up top, great players. Scheffelberg, down out wide, mostly through the left, has been truly fantastic, the MLS player. Just to put it into my own words here, this has been a historic run from Canada, making it to the semifinals, which no one, besides myself, expected it. Now, good luck to Canada, but this Argentina knows how to win games. At best, Canada can take it to penalty shootouts, where Argentina would win with Martinez. But I do think Argentina will defeat Canada during regular time. Again, I had Canada making it this far, but I believe this is the end of the road for them. And just between us, as I said before, I am going to be more Canadian than Terrace and Phillips this week. I am 100% going to support Canada over Argentina. 1, I don't like Argentina, and 2, I wanted to make Greg Berhalter look bad. Understand that Canada could play the game of their lives and still not be good enough to defeat a far superior Argentina side. So once again, my pick is Argentina to advance during regular time. At best, Canada can take it to penalties, but they'll lose under the penalty shootouts. With that said, before we continue, don't forget to drop a like and a quick word from the sponsor of this video, Underdog Fantasy. If you want to play, the link is in the description, and we'll be back in 1 minute. Underdog Fantasy is a fun game to play prior to any soccer match, or basketball, football as well. You know, it just adds an extra excitement to the game. And this summer, I will be playing Underdog Fantasy during the Copa America and Euros. You can download the app by using the link in the description of this video and use the promo code TMTV. Yes, please, don't forget to use the code. And let me tell you why. Sign up with the code TMTV to claim your special pick plus a first-time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. The game I mainly play is called Pick'em. I just click on it, scroll to the soccer section, and pick a player for the specific match and select the stats that I believe will be lower or higher. It's very easy to play, but be smart about it because it's not that easy to win. I'll also be playing some Underdog Fantasy during some match live streams during the Copa America and Olympics, posting my picks on X and Instagram, so you must stay tuned for that as well. And once again, I'm a professional hater, so usually I pick anything that will have me rooting for the downfall of that player. With that said, once again, thank you Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring the channel. The link to play is in the description of this video, and the promo code once again is TMTV. Thank you, Underdog Fantasy. The second match of the semifinals is Colombia versus Uruguay. And this is the big match here. This will be big. This will be tremendous. It'll be incredible. And the thing with Colombia that I want to talk about first, they have been, to me, the best team of this tournament. They play in a 4-2-3-1, and they can hit you through the flanks with Diaz and John Arias. They can hit you through the middle with James Rodriguez, which, by the way, James has probably been the best player of the tournament. This team brings a lot of intensity. They score off set pieces, and their defense has been rock solid. Now you have Uruguay under Marcelo Bielsa that has some incredible players. To me, the 2 best players they have are Valverde and Ugarte holding that double pivot in the midfield. They are incredible, and they will be crucial if Uruguay wants to defeat a red-hot Colombia. Colombia hasn't lost a single game since 2022. It's been a while, and that time they lost to Argentina, the same Argentina that won the World Cup right after. This team has been incredible, and the thing is, I think there's a slight advantage here for Colombia. I think Colombia will win this game. Also, keep in mind, Uruguay will not have their center back, their best center back, Araujo. And throughout the games that we've watched so far, Uruguay has been exposed at times. We saw that when Uruguay struggled against the United States. It was just a 1-0 victory. Uruguay tied Brazil 1-1, but they had to hold their own and sit back in a low block and just defend for their lives late in the game when they got a red card. Uruguay defeated Panama 3-1. They conceded a goal, and they actually struggled with Panama in the second half, and they looked very vulnerable in transition on the counterattack. While Colombia, they didn't struggle with Costa Rica. They didn't struggle with Paraguay. They tied Brazil just like Uruguay, but Colombia actually outplayed Brazil, unlike Uruguay, that was very balanced. And Colombia completely ran over Panama, unlike Uruguay. So if you look at those 2 results, Colombia played better against Brazil, better than Uruguay. They played better than against Panama also when compared to Uruguay. Colombia has looked big in this tournament, and they just look like they're on a mission right now. And again, they can hit you out wide, through the middle, set pieces, everything, and they have shown no weaknesses, unlike Uruguay that has shown some weaknesses, and they will be missing their best center back, Araujo. With that said, I have Los Cafeteros, Colombia, knocking out Uruguay and advancing to the Copa America final to face Argentina, which was what I predicted when the tournament started. If you go back to my prediction video, I had Argentina and Colombia facing each other in the final, which, quite honestly, that will be one heck of a game in Miami. And don't forget to let me know your picks. Who wins between Argentina and Canada? Who wins between Colombia and Uruguay? And obviously, drop a like. Help a brother out. Okay, now before we wrap things up, I need to give you my Euro semifinal pick because I promised you. And the two games are England versus the Netherlands. And for that one, I have England scamming their way through the final. They've been fraudulent the entire tournament. They've been terrible, but they'll find a way to make it to the final, even though they have Gareth Southgate, a soccer terrorist, in charge. The other game is France versus Spain. France has been horrible throughout the tournament, but I think they will defeat a red-hot Spain. A Spanish side that's played very well, even knocked out Germany, the host nation. But I think the Euro final will be between France and England. And once again, I'm not going to explain my Euro picks because we don't got time for that right now. All right, everyone, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What is your Copa America final? Argentina, Canada, Colombia, Uruguay? And what's your Euro final? Do you agree with me? Will it be France versus England? Well, we will be doing live watch-alongs for a lot of those games, so stay tuned for that. I want to thank you all very much for watching. Drop a like before you go, and have a great day.